Good morning. Good morning. This is Charles Coachman, and we are walking through the Bible, reading through Proverbs, and digging into the book of Luke. I hope that everyone had a great day yesterday, enjoyed that day, and you are looking forward to today. Wishing everyone the best. Hey, we like to get the show started by checking out what we have for birthday shout outs. And today we have two. Eric Bam. Eric Bam, if you're not following him on Facebook, you might want to do it. Eric's a great guy out of Oklahoma, and he is tied into the pizza industry. And Eric, along with one of the guys that comes in here and drops in once in a while, Tim Lord, they have a show called Penalty Box. And Penalty Box is a great show to watch. They take some of their own shots to begin with, and they interview a business leader. And it's a great show. So a big shout out to Eric Bam on his birthday. So happy birthday, Eric. And then Ruben Satores, who is a contractor here on the peninsula. And he does painting contracting. He's also a contractor who does some terrific work on the insides of homes also. So Ruben, happy birthday to you. And if it's your birthday out there and I've missed it, happy birthday to you also. And just want to wish you two especially a very, very happy birthday. Enjoy it, guys. Enjoy. All right, let's see what we've got. We are going to be going through Proverbs chapter 2, 1 through 22, and then Luke 13, 1 through 9. Already into the 13th chapter of Luke. And then, as always, as we are rising, put on the whole armor of God. Be ready for what today holds out for us. Let's see. Okay, let me go here, get that going. Had one of my friends that I mentioned yesterday, Curtis Brown, who has had to be hospitalized again for all the pain that he's going through post-surgery. And this is really difficult. Curtis is a veteran of Desert Storm. And he is just a wonderful guy, and just want to lift him up in prayer. And I know that there are a lot of people whose families are having tough times, and just want to lift up everyone who's hurting during this time, and just pray for them all, whether we know them or not. We need to pray for ourselves, and we need to pray for the people we surround ourselves with, because we're starting to come out of this pandemic, it looks like, but there's still a lot of people suffering. And I understand and just feel for these folks. And I have a heart for these folks that are hurting. And I just want them all to get better, but I also want God's will to be done, and that's take care of them, wrap them up in your loving arms, or bring them home, and let's end suffering for some of these folks. It's been dramatic, but been a tough period, and I am struggling with my voice. So my wife is saying, it sounds like you're straining to talk, but I don't feel that way. It's just that I know that it's going out. All right, let's check in here. Kenneth Mayberry, my friend, my Annie's Pizza buddy out of Louisville. Rise above circumstances, making sense of it all, overcoming our fears, putting it in its proper place, stay strong, on course, planning the ultimate staycation. Dr. David Jeremiah. And you know what? Dr. David Jeremiah is a wise man. Wise man. Absolutely. Kenneth, I hope all is well with you back there and your family. Good to see you again. Good to see you again. And if you're running through Louisville, you know where to go. Annie's Pizza. All right. Good morning. Hey, Scott. Good morning to you. Hope all is well. 9:07 on the East Coast. Gloria Brown. Good morning. Good morning, Gloria. So glad to have you with here. And I think I missed you on Sunday, and I didn't mention it yesterday, but hey, I'm glad that you were with us on this Tuesday morning, February 2nd at 6:08 a.m. I'm going to be your timekeeper. And good morning, Kathy Sherritts Carbajal. Good morning. Look at that adorable face. Adorable face. I hope that you and Arnie had a great day yesterday, and we're going to get blasted by a little bit of rain today. And we still need it. We still need it, although we've got a lot of soaked land around here. So we're going to dig into the pursuit of wisdom. The pursuit of wisdom brings security. That's Proverbs 2. My son, if you will receive my words and treasure my commandments within you, make your ear attentive to wisdom and incline your heart to understanding. No better words can be said. Make your ear attentive to wisdom, incline your heart to understanding. For if you cry for discernment, lift your voice for understanding. If you seek her as silver and search for her as hidden treasures, then you will discern the fear of the Lord and discover knowledge of God. For the Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth comes knowledge and understanding. He stores up wisdom for the upright. He is a shield to those who walk in integrity, guarding the paths of justice, and he preserves the way of his godly ones. Then you will discern righteousness and justice and equity in every good course. For wisdom will enter your heart, and knowledge will be pleasant to your soul. Discretion will guard you. Understanding will watch over you to deliver you from the way of evil, from the man who speaks perverse things, from those who leave the paths of uprightness to walk in the ways of darkness, who delight in doing evil and rejoice in the perversity of evil, whose paths are crooked and who are devious in their ways, to deliver you from the strange woman, from the adulteress who flatters with her words, that leaves the companion of her youth and forgets the covenant of her God. For her house sinks down to death, and her tracks lead to the dead. None who go to her return again, nor do they reach the paths of life. So you will walk in the way of good men and keep to the paths of the righteous. For the upright will live in the land, and the blameless will remain in it, but the wicked will be cut off from the land, and the treacherous will be uprooted from it. A lot of good wisdom there. A lot of good wisdom. My son, if you will receive my words and treasure my commandments within you, make your ear attentive to wisdom, incline your heart to understanding. For if you cry for discernment and lift your voice for understanding, if you seek her as silver and search for her as hidden treasures, then you will discern the fear of the Lord and discover the knowledge of God. For the Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth comes knowledge and understanding. He stores up sound wisdom for the upright. He is a shield to those who walk in integrity, guarding the paths of justice, and he preserves the way of his godly ones. That tells us pretty much what we need to know. Seeking wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Doing what is right. Avoiding the path of what we would say would be evildoers, evil ones, those that aren't following a path that's going to lead to anything good. We've got to choose our paths. Now, we that are here are all old enough to understand that. It's making sure that the ones that are coming after us and the ones that are coming after them understand it. We need to correct our paths. And I think that most people are doing that. I'm going to say the great majority are. But we have those that are turning away, which cause destruction for so many. And we have to try and guide them. And when they don't listen, they have to understand that they're going to follow a path that's going to lead to their own destruction. Maybe to the path of destruction for many. And they will have to deal with that. We're going to try and help them as much as we can. But we can't go down the path with them, because sometimes good people, in attempts to do good for others, end up following that wrong path. And some say, well, they did it and it wasn't their own fault. They just happened to follow them. Well, when you make a choice to follow the wrong people, when you make a choice to follow people that are going to take you to a path of destruction, who are going to take you to a path where you are doing things that you know in your mind that you should not be doing, you don't blame it on anybody else. You have to own that on your own. And we have to know that. We have to know that. My little brother, who spent most of his life on a path that was no good, took the last 20 years of his life trying to straighten out all the messes that he made. And in the end, we had forgiven each other, because there was a lot of anger about things. But he left the world, and he left the world asking for forgiveness. And he had tried to make up for everything that he had done, but he had to live a whole life dealing with what he had done as a young guy. And I mean, from a very young guy. And I am hoping that he is celebrating with my mom. And in the words of the Bible, he should be. Jesus just said to repent. But why lead a whole life of destruction and then seek the rest of your life, run the rest of your life, live the rest of your life seeking forgiveness from those you had wronged? Stay on that path. Avoid taking the path to destruction. And that's what we have to teach our children and grandchildren. And that's what it's all about. Live a good life. Live the life that God would want you to live. But he has given us free choice. And then we have to deal with what comes after that free choice. 13, this is Luke chapter 13, call to repent. Now, on the same occasion, there were some present who reported to him about the Galileans whose blood Pilate had mixed with their sacrifices. And Jesus said to them, do you suppose that these Galileans were greater sinners than all the other Galileans because they suffered this fate? Do you suppose that these Galileans were greater sinners than all the other Galileans because they suffered this fate? I tell you, no. But unless you repent, you will all likewise perish. Or do you suppose that those 18 on whom the tower in Siloam Or do you suppose that those 18 on the tower in Siloam fell and killed them were worse culprits than all the men who live in Jerusalem? I tell you no, but unless you repent, you will likewise perish. And he began telling this parable. A man had a fig tree which he planted in the vineyard, and he came looking for fruit on it and did not find any. And he said to the vineyard keeper, behold, for 3 years I have come looking for fruit on this fig tree without finding any. Cut it down. Why does it even use up ground? And he answered and said to him, let it alone, sir, for this year too, until I dig around it and put in fertilizer. And if it bears fruit next year, fine. But if not, cut it down. If not, cut it down. We've got to understand what that's telling us. We've got to understand what that is telling us. Jesus is telling the people of Israel, he's telling the Galileans, some are going to die. You've had a chance to repent. Repent and accept God. Repent and accept Jesus Christ, who is there with you. Because you're not bearing any fruit. You're not bearing good fruit. If you've got a tree growing in your garden or in your backyard and it's a fruit tree that's supposed to be given fruit, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to go ahead and just let it live? Or are you going to uproot it? Are you going to cut it down and put in another tree that's going to bear fruit? And that's the story that Jesus is telling them in a parable, which they all understood. They understood its meaning. They may not have understood its full effect that they needed. They needed to bear fruit. They needed to show that they understood what Jesus was doing and live a life that Jesus was giving them the opportunity to just repent. Just repent and turn away from the bad that you're doing. That's what Jesus wants for us. That's what Jesus wants for everyone. Good morning, Frank. Now, hello to everyone. And it's actually good evening. I got it. Absolutely true. Mark Rodriguez, good morning. Charles, over 22 inches of snow on my path here in New York. Mark, you are a braver man than I. You are a braver man than I. You New Yorkers are tough. Tough, tough, tough. Bring out the snow plows, baby. Let's go. Hey, good morning, Justin Benton. Good morning to you, man. Thank you for being here. Okay. Again, I wish everyone a great day. Hey, Mark, we're going to have maybe a quarter inch of rain, so I don't know how you would deal with that, but out here in California, we're suffering too, man. Anyway, hope everyone has a great day. Thank you for being here. If you'd like to share this out, we would love that. And just wishing you all the best. Think of your friends that are in need. Think of your family members that need help. Think of those that you don't even know that need help. And if you've got a chance to help somebody, go do it. Go do it. Have an awesome day. God bless. And we will continue our walk through the Bible tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.